assets.
One suitcase, one good shirt, and a pocket full of mail. I learned to read the weather by the bend in the corn. Then I traded that river road for a train in a dome. Taller buildings, harder eyes, cold cash, cold skies. I held my breath, I held my ground. Then I heard that city sound. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Ticker runs red, learn the game by the minute with a pad and a thread. From soybean fields to big deals, I can read a room. Every rise, every fall feels like thunder in June. Taller buildings, harder rise, cold cash, cold skies. I held my breath, I held my ground. Then I heard that city sound. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Call me son, still say don't forget where the fields meet the sunset and the nights get wet. So I keep one foot in the past, one on the floor. Every win I bring back is for the folks I'm for. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Yeah, I'm still that boy today. From the dirt road to the trade. Boots in New York. Hey. I'm away from the porch, dust on my Chevy tail. One suitcase, one good shirt, and a pocket full of mail. I learned to read the weather by the bend in the corn. Then I traded that river road for a train in a dome. Taller buildings, harder eyes, cold cash, cold skies. I held my breath, I held my ground. Then I heard that city sound. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. board today. Now I'm calling numbers fast while the ticker runs red. Learn the game by the minute with a pad and a thread. From soybean fields to big deals, I can read a room. Every rise, every fall feels like thunder in June. Taller buildings, hard to rise. Cold cash, cold skies. I held my breath, I held my ground. Then I heard that city sound. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Back home they still call me son, still say don't forget where the fields meet the sunset and the nights get wet. So I keep one foot in the past, one on the floor. Every win I bring back is for the folks I'm for. Boots in New York, heart still small town. I bet on my name and I never back down. From dirt roads to gold floors, I found my way. Boots in New York, I'm still that boy today. Yeah, I'm still that boy today.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Sound check, mic check, vibe check. Everything looks good. How's the video? Looks a little blurry to me. I don't know why video is blurry. That's weird. My YouTube is blurry. How's everything to you? I'm sharp here, but YouTube is blurry as fuck. I don't wonder why. Yeah. What's going on with the video, man? What is up with that? That's so weird. I don't know why the video is blurry. Because I'm totally sharp here. Huh. That's just bizarre. Huh. You know what, guys? You know what? Let's we got 20 minutes before the show. I don't like the fact that this is super blurry. Let me end this stream. I'm going to start a new stream. Let it boom blurry and all. Doesn't look too bad in the UK. Huh, it's just bad in the US, man. I don't know what's going on. Hang on, let me find out. Let me find out. Let me ask Gemini. Streaming through StreamYard. The video internally is good, but very blurry on YouTube. Why? I'm just trying to. Video looks crisp on StreamYard, but it speaks a lot of money. Indeed, it usually boils down to the discrepancy between what your computer is processing locally, what you check your upload speed. Streaming is all about. No, the goal is you need at least. I have fucking. This is. If your upload is low, lower your broadcast resolution to 720. It's better to have sharp 20 than a blurry struggling. Okay, let's try this. Doesn't always default to high resolution. All right, let's see if we can come down to oh fuck. Edit what? What should I edit? Huh. This is Spectrum, Horizon. What the fuck is going on here? Hold on, guys. Am I streaming better or worse? This looks a little sharper now. Now I'm looking a little sharper. It's looking sharper on my end. Really? Yeah, it's a little sharper. All right, I switched networks. Well, this is the best we're going to be able to do right now. Hold on just one sec. Let me just do one other thing here. Okay. Okay, does this work? Let's see if this works. Yeah, this looks better. All right, it's better. All right, sorry guys. Wow, that was freaking insane. Okay, let me just do one other thing here, guys. Just bear with me. If I have dots, I want show delta, apply, save this. Okay. All right, so, all right, good. Wow, Jesus, that was annoying as fuck. Okay, good. I'm glad we fixed that before the trade event. So here's the thing. We don't have any I don't have any more discounts for Apex. Apex now is like 50%, which really is not worth doing a new straddle on. So the only question I have in front of me is, do I want to just gamble on one account? This account is 52,000. I just need 1,000 to fund this, which is 25 points. And do we want to take a punt on this to basically get short in front of the CPI? Yeah, ADP, we're going to let the ADP go by. Here's ADP. 33 against 39. So not bad. Do I want to just gamble this in front of the CPI? I don't have a vibe on the CPI. I mean, market is looking for 6 against 9. I mean, they're not really looking for very, very hot numbers. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to try and do post-event trading. I think what we're going to do just simply is earn it the real way in post-event trading and not do any pre-event trading. However, if I were to do pre-event trading, the standard protocol here would be for those of you guys that have the accounts and want to do this, I would straddle on the 50K. It would be 4 NQs at 156 target, no stop, against versus 6 ESs at 42 target, no stop, right? If you wanted to flip the accounts. But I don't have the accounts to do it. I don't really want to burn. This is a 52,000. I'm like 1,000 away from target. I don't really necessarily want to burn this because I don't really have a strong view that this is going to be a super hot number. I mean, it could come in. If it comes in at 4, that's a guarantee this thing is going to dump. And it does look like, the market wants to go down. I think the market is sort of very negative flow today. It feels like it wants to test 29,000, at least certainly first thing in the morning. So, you could assume a negative position, but I don't think I need to, because honestly, I've been doing $500-600 a day just regularly scalping this eval account, and I think it makes perfect sense for us to just simply do it that way. Kind of earn it, fund it the old-fashioned way by earning it. So I think we're going to do that today, and we're not going to straddle it because we don't have the cheap accounts, and it's only worth it if it's cheap accounts. You don't straddle unless it is cheap accounts. So we'll wait. There's nothing to do until the event. It's all very, very problematic until then, and then we'll see what kind of structure. I think, regardless of how it trades, if we get volatility, we'll get some sort of a tradable structure, and that's all we really need to be able to make money out of it, right? You can see this morning there was lots of interesting trades here. Some of them were scalpable, some of them, like for example, this one was scalpable, this one stopped me out, but the next one was scalpable. This one was stopped me out, but this one was scalpable. You have to just sort of, with this particular setup, you have to be willing to go in again and again when you have the signal. And my approach to how I trade, which I'll talk to you about in just a minute. Actually, you know what? Let me take a break. I'm going to get some water before we start trading. You guys kind of chill out. I'll play a little music. We got nothing to do for 10 minutes. I hear the targets. Let's just chill out with some music for a sec. I'm going to get some water, and then I'm going to tell you the exact setup that I've been doing, okay? Let's play this music. I'll put this in the background. Nice mellow music before the event. So Kim actually has a question for me regarding the indicators. Kim, I need to clarify to you my indicators. My indicators, the indicator that we're trading with right now is only for coaching students. So if you sign up for monthly, you can't get it. However, I'll email you, and I'm happy to either basically refund you your monthly and have you sign up for coaching. And then once you do that, I'll be happy to give you the indicator. So if you want to get that done, happy to do it. Otherwise, the only indicator you get on the monthly is Kathy's zip. So because this is a truly coaching product, so I want you with me for the full 6 months to be able to trade it. Okay. So just email me if you want to upgrade, and then we'll swap it out and we'll take care of it. And this is true for everybody. So if you guys want the indicator, people who are asking for the indicator, let me give it to you. Here's the link. This is the link for coaching. Okay, go knock it out of the ballpark. So, all right, let me. We'll chill the music. Let me show you the exact setup as I traded. Okay. And as I said to you, you want to trade 3 longs for every 1 short. So the only time I'm going to trade shorts is essentially today, because we are in negative trend territory. If you look at the setup today, here this is for those of you guys that want to trade the straddle today. We're not trading the straddle on my accounts today. Today we're below a VWAP, so we are clearly negative trend, right? When you're negative trend, then that's the only time I really want to take shorts. And the shorts are always triggered in the following format. You have a yellow candle, which is a pre-warning of a short, followed by either a red or a purple dot. So I'm short here, right? Now, here's the thing that probably will drive people absolutely crazy. I am doing it this way because, believe me, you will thank me in the long run for doing it this way. When you look at this particular setup, right, and in this candle over here, the purple candle that you short, right, most of you are going to say, well, you should put the stop over here. You should put the stop right over here above the prior candle, because that's a natural stop. It makes perfect sense. It's, it's not too far away. That's a good stop, right? And the answer is, yeah, I mean, that does make sense. However, I don't. I have really gone with a super ruthless risk control rule of I'm putting the stop right above the trigger candle, high or low. So in this case, it's a short. I'm putting it there. And the reason I do that is because I don't care that I get stopped out. What I care about is I get stopped out for a lot. I want to try to avoid getting stopped out for a lot, because if I get stopped out for a little like this, it's very easy for me then to look for the next signal, which is this one over here, right? Come in with twice the size here on this particular stop, which is exactly what I do, right? Because I have a tiny little risk that I took. I am short here, right, with the stop above here, and at double the size and pretty much double the target, boom, on the very next trade. Now, I not only make back what I lost, but I make full profit with much greater risk control. So my approach to all of this is pretty ruthless in terms of risk control these days. I only use the trigger candle stop to the upside or to the downside. And if it doesn't work, I simply just reset myself until I get the next legitimate setup. It all just sort of, goes into that whole strategy of no more averaging down, no more giving yourself room. You either win it or quit it. That's the rules that I trade with, because you're doing 10, 20, 30 trades a day. Your job is to find the winning trades and get out of the losing trades as quickly as possible. Because of the 1, 2, 3 structure, you have an opportunity. You have 3 opportunities to make a winning trade instead of just 1. So don't squander them on large stops. That's sort of like my attitude, right? And it's been working really well. I mean, you look at this account. We were 51,000 yesterday. We're 52,000. Just really, really smooth trading, right? And I hadn't really traded this account. The reason I didn't trade this account was because I took this account, I took this account, which was down to like 24, 3. It was $300 away from stop out, and I brought that back today. Up $1,000 today, just trading it with a half lot, full lot, 2 lots type of structure. These are all evals, so it's totally viable. And what's interesting is that because it's totally viable, I think it might be even viable for fundeds on a on a bigger basis. Those targets. Sorry, are you talking about this? This is a 56 tick. Everything is in ticks. Everything is in ticks. Okay, this way there's no confusion. This is all in ticks. How much time do we have left? What is it? Oh, we got three minutes. All right. Hey, we're almost at showtime. So as I said, I'm not trading the straddle. I think it could be negative, but I don't have any strong hard feelings on that. We'll see what it prints. Here are the numbers. And then we'll try to trade afterwards. If it's a huge surprise, there'll be lots of continuity. If it's not a surprise, then we can just trade it, normal post event stuff. So we'll see. Make sense to everybody? Near session lows. It feels to me like the market wants to go 29,000 today. If gun to my head, if you guys are fronting this event, I'd be negative. I'd short like 30 seconds before the event. See if the thing dumps. But I don't. It's a guess. I don't have any strong view on this. We'll have to see. We got basically a minute 30 seconds left. That should be interesting. All right, let me get rid of this. Let me put your comments on too. You guys can see your own comments, which will be fun. Yeah, everything is nice and sharp. I switched I switched connections and it stopped. I think I was just having a funky connection on my wired connection. 53 seconds left. Forecast 3.7 against 3.3. Obviously, if it prints 4, it's going to dump like a garbage truck. We'll see. Thank you for the love. Yeah, it's sharpened up, guys. I had to Google. Actually, I got to tell you, my second favorite AI these days, shockingly, is actually Google. What is there? I forgot what their AI is called, but it's really gotten a lot better. They're really improved. Okay, 1 second. Where we go. Boom, positive, negative. Shit, not printing yet. I don't even know what it's doing. What happened? 6 as forecast 3.8. A little bit hotter, but not horrendous. Core 4 against 3. Not horrid. Not the 4.0 that everybody's looking for. Not lovely. Not like you want to embrace this with both of your arms, but not horrible. So probably a non-event, actually. So in many ways, that didn't really matter. Anybody take a punt on this? Anybody take a punt on this on a straddle? It did pop here on the news. If you were in 50, you definitely had to move. But kind of irresolute. George says busted both ways. Yeah. Well, it was good that we didn't take it because it really wasn't. ES went long. No effect in line. GC pop more. Yeah, we don't trade gold, but gold probably would have been an interesting play. Did you, Chris? Did you make money? Did the ES print for you? Oh, so this is the other thing I was going to say to you guys. I didn't get a chance to do this today. We cannot, I figured out a way for us to trade new straddles, but it cannot be with end of day. We have to take trailing because we need that $1,000 of room to trade. We need that $1,000 of room to trade. This is what I figured out, that we have to now, if we're ever going to trade this on a new straddle basis, it's got to be trailing, not end of day. End of day is an impossible. It basically stops you out before you get a chance to be in the account. Yes, is it break even? Wow, yeah. So sorry, I guess it was good that they no longer had cheap accounts, because it would have been just a bust either way. It's market pretty well handicapped. There was what's a good idea, English? That we got to do trailing. Yes, it took me like overnight, and I was like trying to figure this out, and I was like, oh, this is why we're getting busted, because they have that $500 rule. Hey Judith, that's good. So now you can work it. Which one is it? 400 on a 25K or 50K? All right, we have a positive flow here. Let's let's get it. Let's trade it. We're going to trade this on MNQ as an original position. It's kind of getting a big risk here. It's 39. It's a big. It's a 20-point risk. Fuck, I hate that. That's a really big risk. I think I'm gonna have to lower this size now, because it's just too big a risk. We're gonna have to go to 3. Oh, and it disappears. Not even a trade. Okay, that's good. One, two, not a trade. I'm going to take a punt on this on a very small size, really tight stop underneath here. So I'm risking 11 against about a 10-9 target. Come on. And there we go. We did make a little target. Oh, which one am I on? Fuck. I'm on the wrong account. God damn it. I want it to be on the 52,000. Fuck. All right. It doesn't matter. Still money. Okay. Now we're getting a true white dot here, but a big move. I'm only going to do 3 instead of 5 micros on this 50,000, because it's just a huge risk here. The problem is I got to use this candle as my target. You see, it's starting to expand. It's really big expansion. That's 48. That's a 30-point candle. I don't want to be buying 30-point candle. Let me see. All right, I'm in underneath here. Getting down to maybe over here. Let's see if we can get some movement here. What is that? Let's say 25 against 17. Should be about 15. I want to do 15. 14. Boom, done. Nice. Okay, so I definitely wimped out a little bit, but that's the whole point. The game here is to control your risk. My original opening price is 5 micros, but because the risk was large, it was in the 20s. I went 3 micros to give myself more room in case the risk didn't work out. As long as I'm under, if I'm like 10 or 15 risk, I can do 5 micros on this account. Anyways, it's moving. Let's keep trading it and see how it goes. No, we're allowed trade news. Yeah, it sounds like all the news straddle today was a bust. But post news, we're getting some nice flow, which I kind of thought we might. So we took the first trade we actually took the second trade because we took another trade in the other account. But we're gonna try and work this 52,000 account as much as we can today. See how far we can take it. Give ourselves an opportunity to try to target the full the full funding target. So this was this trade right here. And let me show you what I did. I took this trade over here, which actually does show a white dot. How come it doesn't show a white dot over here? The fuck? Yeah. Wealth charts is kind of running behind. So this was a trade. I took this one for a clean trade, and then we took this one for a clean trade as well. And now it's just soaring. Now, you know, the market kind of like this. The reason why it's rallying is I think the market was expecting a worse number. The fact that inflation is elevated but not horrendous is still okay. I mean, it was trading negative all morning long, but now it just made a nice clean double bottom here. So we'll see. We'll see where it wants to go. We don't have any trades now for the time being because we have to consolidate and figure out if we're going to reverse or pause and go higher. May want to refresh my wealth charts. It happens. Yeah, you might be right. Let's do that. No, I still did not have. Oh no, you're right. You're right. It's a refresh thing. It's a refresh thing. Okay, so it's not anything on the indicator side. It's the refresh thing. Okay. Ugh. Fair enough. Through the VWAP, nice moves here. No setups for us. Much as you're tempted to want to take this stuff, we just don't have any setups here going forward. So we just have to hang out, watch the price action. I wonder why that does that. Is it just sort of like it gets hung up? Big, strong double bottom here. And moving into the moving into an uptrend right now. Let's see what they say about the CPI numbers. Yeah, fastest in 3 years, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if there was anything. Super core was 4.5, which is a little hotter. So it's mainly gas, but the market doesn't care. So one of the hardest things to do about this is that, you know, when we have nice, clean, sharp moves like this, we just don't have a trade. Those of you guys who want to trade multiple exits, we absolutely could. As a matter of fact, let's just kind of fool around with this whole idea of setting up multiple bracket exits. We can go multiple bracket, right? and we could create a strategy. Let's see. We can create add new strategy, and I don't know. Let's call it dots scale out. And on the first one, we can take the profit. The problem is that you know, we can just do 100. Remember, these are just test brackets because we're always adjusting them in real time. But let's just say add bracket, take profit 200, stop loss. We can actually have fun with this. I may just do this on a 3-lot with you, and then add bracket, take profit 300 ticks, stop loss 100. So this is all same stop loss, but higher thing. So we can save this. Okay, close. Oh, wow. Oh, this is, this makes it 15. No, I want to do this. Oh, that's interesting. That increases it to 15. But if I do it 1, now you see, this is so cool. This is interesting. You see what it does? Because it does a multiplier on whatever is the baseline. It actually automatically tells me this is going to be a 3-lot structure, right, to the trade. So if I wanted to trade this like right now, so here's an interesting opportunity for us. This is yellows. If we get a purple dot, we're going to short this with a 3 exit structure, just for shits and giggles. It's, single MNQs, so whatever it is, it's not a big deal. We tapped out at 230. All right, let's do this just for shits and giggles. I'm going to sell this right here. I have, why can't I bring this over here? Why can't I bring this one stop over here? Whoa. What's going on over here? Why is this so high up? I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, you know what? I'm going to flatten out because I don't want to fool around with this. I'm not sure how to do this, and I don't know why that showed up like that. But I will practice this, and the idea is that you could do this. Check my setup on the MB. I did. I thought I did. Look, multi-bracket strategy setup. What's wrong with this thing? Oh, 1,000 ticks. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. That makes sense. Thank you. Damn it. All right, close. All right, we're actually going to reverse this. Hard is it to believe it wants to go higher. So we got 22 seconds. This gives me a green dot. We're going to go the other way with a 3-lot exit and see if we can manage it that way. No dot. No dot so far. Actually giving us a purple dot, which is a sell trade if it holds. We'll see. Obviously, we're very choppy over here. $24.25 seconds left. Dot in place. Let's see if it holds. Stop over here is going to be above this candle here because this is just too small a size. 10, 11. Dot. Trying to hold, not hold. Gonna wait for the close. Let's wait for the close. Nope, no hold. Market not showing any strong commitment here, although it does feel like it wants to go down a little bit more. $25 seconds, flirting with a dot, but not quite there. Very, very tight market. What time is it? It's 8:48, so still got 45 minutes to the open. Tight range on the market. Nobody wants to do anything yet. Holding the VWAP, really impressive. But this really feels like it's pre-market positioning so they can dump it on the open. I still think they're going to try and visit 29,000 today. But from here to there, there's still money to be made. There's 17, 16 seconds. This dot holds, we're going to go long. Oh, no setup. No setup. Have to be patient to see when the range expands a little bit. Flat. It was really interesting. They took it up for like 5 minutes, just came in and bought it, and now they're just holding it, which is actually pretty bullish, I think. If we can take the highs here, we might be able to take out challenge the London session highs. Yeah, VWAP is really holding. Still no dots. I'm gonna take a punt here, just for shits and giggles for you guys. I'm gonna go right underneath here. That's a 13 risk against like a 10 exit. Let's see if we can get any kind of movement here. 25 exit. 35 exit. This is a multi-bracket structure. We're just doing it for shits and giggles. Three micros on this account, trying to see if we can get the target 1. Target 1 done. Maybe we'll bring target 2 over here. If I click this, does that automatically take me out of a trade? Or it just takes the limit out? Yeah, let me just drag it in. All right, target 2 done. And now we're just left with target 3. Let's see if it wants to climb. Please, Himura, please email Kathy at contactbktraders.com. She's in charge of all the giveaways. Oh, you know, the other thing you can do is you can go to break even. Here, watch this. Break even, right? Now I'm at break even. So no further risk. I am not a fan of multi-exit strategy. I'm just not a fan of the long, what you would call the long ball, which is, trying to milk the big one, because it just doesn't fit my personality. I like short, quick hits on size. But I'm showing this to you because I'm showing you how it's possible to do it. And for those of you that do have the patience and the ability to milk these things for 30, 40 points, is totally viable. I would rather just be out the whole thing at this low. In fact, you know what? I'm going to get the fuck out. But for me, I like trading bigger size, shorter targets. But for those of you that want to trade longer term trends, you could easily make better money with less risk with smaller size and longer targets. Just not my cup of tea. Actually, you know what? Hang on a second. I want to go to single. Now I'm going to go back to single bracket. And now we're good. So let's see what we can do with this account. Hey, good morning. We're just we're scalping our turn to trend strategy. We had a clear trade here, where prices went down below the 8 SMA, came back, recovered, gave us a green dot momentum move, and we bought that. We traded it over here. Now we're back to slowing down. VWAP still above us, so we're still in negative trend, but not any negative signal. The short-term trend has positive slope, no dots, so we're still up. Yeah, it's a that dot, that little line. What you need to do, I know it's annoying. It's actually kind of it doesn't mean anything anymore. It's a midpoint line. I'm trying to figure out which of the parameters you need to unclick. Oh, it's maybe a point of control line. Unclick both of those. Are there any platforms utilizing Tradingview other than Tradivate? Yeah, there's a lot. Oh, we have another possible trade here, guys. So back to sell-off mode and buy mode. So let's trade this with a stop right underneath here. Three, four. Nope, no trade, no trade, no trade, no trade. So that's why we wait for the close. No trade. Impressive how we're holding the VWAP, but not really pulling away. Feels like the market getting a little tired. Maybe we start coming back down to the sell side, but we'll see. Almost everybody, if you use TradeC, they use a built-in version of TradingView on Lucid, right? And everybody on Tradivate is connected to TradingView, right? I can't think of anything else. Why do you ask, Carlos? Half hour to the open, guys. Pretty quiet. Yeah, there is a for those of you guys that want to have the basic rules of the auction theory, let me show you. Let me give you the link. This is the link for the auction theory strategy, which describes basically what all the dots mean, what the counterattack dots mean, the oranges and the blues, and how we trade them as a continuation or a breakout version, right? So you can actually see them over here in a thing. Good morning, guys. Who's new in the room here? Come say hello to me. We are quiet. We trying to earn money the old-fashioned way by earning it, actually, not running and gunning it. Post CPI, which was negative but in line, the market actually having a relief rally right now and giving us a green buy dot on this trade. So we're going to try and see if we can make this play. 6 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Boom. We're long behind this dot. That's a 16-point risk against a 10-point take profit. Somewhere around here. Let's see if we can get any kind of move over here. See if we can push a little higher. Charger says we're going to London High and then we're going to dump. Well, I'm hoping we go to the London High. CPI numbers were in line, which means that they were kind of bad, but the market is having a little bit of a relief rally that they weren't worse, which is why we are trying to push a little higher, trying to actually push towards the London highs at around 29260. So we'll see if they can rally it through that level. Pretty much installed, guys. Not much to do, right? It's kind of stalling up back and forth. We're underneath here on the stop, and it may reverse. This may be the signal for us. So let's actually, if we get stopped, we're going the other way around. 4 seconds, 2 seconds, sell. Now we're going to be short against this high. It's a 17 to a 10. 10, 11. All right, let's see if we can get any extension the other way. Does this, does it look like this was the toppiness that we were looking for? Let's see. Let's see. Boom, done. Nice. Okay, so the reversal gets us all organized. Hang on a second, guys. Sorry. Okay. And I'm opening the door. Okay, sorry, I had to open the door to my building. So here's what happened. We took the long, got stopped, went short on the other way, got done, reversed and banked. Now back to the half MNQs, looking for the next opportunity. How's sound for you guys? Have sound? Is everybody good on sound? Give me a yes, please, if you guys hear me. Yes? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. All right, what time is it? It's 25 minutes to the move. Anybody reverse with me? Good job, Roland. Good job. I'm putting together all the scalping rules into another web page for everybody. And you'll see how it works. What's interesting, what was really surprising for me so far is I really thought we needed very, very small sizes to make this work. Hold on. What's going on here? Guys, hang on. I'll be right back. Let me just make sure somebody's at the door here. I got to make sure that I'll be right back, guys. Just chill out for 1 second. Where's my thing? No. Fuck, that's not what I want. Okay. All right, I'm back. Nothing much happened. Everything kind of quiet. Okay. They'll go to the door. It's the feds. No, it's just the maid. It's not the feds. It's just the maid. Okay. Yeah. So, again, we're just super, super quiet here. Just totally chilling in this little range bound. And when we get this range bound structure, right, this is where it gets very dangerous for us. And I kind of want to run you through it. Let me see if I can do this. Drawing tools, shapes, rectangle. Okay. So you see how, like, when we have a big burst, we make tons of money. Then we start getting into chop. And within chop, you have these small opportunities to make money, on these tiny little bursts forward. But then you're going to get sometimes zero continuity. Like in this case, in this candle over here, we have zero continuity in this candle. And then the reversal candle has just a little bit of continuity. And that was just enough for us to bank it out. But once, the tighter this rectangle gets, like the more it starts to squeeze everything out, the more aware you need to be that you're going to be just chopped out. Like this is the nemesis of our strategy. Our whole strategy is based upon directionality, one way or the other. We need it up, down. Once we get this tiny little triangulation, we can get chopped out once, twice, 3 times. So you need to be mindful of that, and take your hits. Don't waste your entries on problematic trades. Only take the trades that really, really look like they're going to extend. Right? We're always betting on extension. That's really the trade that we're trading. It doesn't really matter to us up or down. And this is the enemy of our setup. Is this type of tightening rectangularity. So just be mindful of it. Back up. Trying to create a little more upside move here. 6 seconds left. Let's see if the dot holds. Boom. 1. It's a very small trade. We are 14 points risk, 10 points target. Let's see if this can hold. So we're basically underneath this candle. But if you look at the last hour of trade, it's just been very, it's purely flat. And we just managed to squeeze out a little bit of profits out of this flatness just by being very tactical and swift. But what we thrive on is the zigzag. And if we don't have that, this is what we thrive on, these kind of moves. And once we get into this kind of move, we just have to grin and bear it and wait it out until we start moving with some amplitude. We don't even need it to go straight up or straight down. What we just need is amplitude. Doesn't look like it's going to extend. Well, so this gets interesting. This is the range, 36 to basically 200. If we start breaking 200 here to the downside, maybe that breaks the range to the downside and gives us a downside trade. So we'll watch this carefully. So far, there's no dots. But if this candle starts to break below 200, that could be a trigger candle for us to the downside. Consolidating rectangle is right, English. That's what we're looking at. Nothing much going on. But this is kind of like the immediate line of support, right? I'm starting to get that move here. So against right over here, which is what, 13? I'm going to try and go 10. Yeah. I'm taking early exit here only because I got about 10 minutes to the open and I don't want to be caught in a up and down yank. And because I'm at level 2. Remember, anytime I'm at beyond level 2, I'm assuming risk. So my job is not to make money. My job is to minimize my losses. So in this case, I just blew out very quickly. Took, I'm almost up 300 in a very, very slow moving market, which is fine. I'd rather make money in 2 trades than try to press 1 trade and have it reverse on me. That's part of my methodology of scalping. Yeah, that's pretty much the story, Ben. It's pretty much the story. I mean, this does extend, but again, I didn't want to be in front of market open, and I was at level 2. I could have, I could have made the fully. Where was I on this thing? 203. I could have made the full 93, but I covered like 194, which is not horrible. But you see how this was what I was saying to you earlier, where we broke the 200 level, and that was good enough for that continuity flush that gave us the profit. You can see how, like on the micro level, all these little waves gives us tactical advantage, even when the market is just really, really flat. Like I said, this is like the worst kind of market for us. 2 hours ago, the market was like this. It was beautiful. You had moves this way, you had moves this way, you had moves this way, you had moves this way. Every one of these moves is a winner for us. But then we get into this market, and then we just basically, trying to survive. Good morning, guys. Who's new in the stream? We got about 9 minutes to go before the open. Say hi to me. Tell me where you guys coming in from. Just looking at the price action pretty much from Asia has been underneath the VWAP the whole time. We had mild counter trend rallies in London. They don't really go much anywhere. And then like around 6 o'clock, really started to sell off. Toronto, welcome, Don. You know what? Let's do a little poll as to who's trading who. Let's do a widget. Which prop firm are you trading? Apex. You can, if you're trading more than one, you can choose them. Lucid. Tradify. Just choose 1, 2, or 3. Ooh, let me move the poll. Sorry. Let me move the poll to over here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Everybody trading Apex. Wow, look at you guys. Nobody trading Lucid or Tradify? You can choose more than one. Are you trading also, Cheryl? Nice. How's that? How's the FFF? We have a signal, but it's like 4 minutes before the open. Not worth it. But the bottom line is all these signals you guys are watching, they're essentially a turn to trend, right? If you look at this is a turn to trend, a turn to trend, a turn to trend. And in a high volatility, nice big wave moves, those turn to trends are always profitable for us. But in a flat market like this, they're not. So you got to be just very mindful and understand which scenario is good for you and which one isn't. What are the rules for funded futures family? Are they like on a 50,000 eval? Is it 2,000 down, 3,000 up? What's the? Do they have any differences? Is there any kind of consistency halt on FFF? I'm talking to, I don't know if you guys saw me at Prop Fest, right? My view is that I think almost everybody is essentially at the same rules. There are mainly distinctions without much differences on these rules. Do you guys agree? I'm actually curious. Are all prop firms now pretty much the same? And if you don't think they are, tell me what what makes them different. That's really cheap, astrologer. $15 for 25K. None, Green Otter. There is no filters. There's no way to avoid pain. That's why you just need to be able to absorb it intelligently. If there was a way to avoid pain, we'd all be doing it. There's no way to know when you're in chop until you're in the middle of chop. Is there a consistency rule in FFF? I thought it was like a 40% consistency rule. Nobody's trading Lucid and Tradify. Interesting. Apex is just no longer 90. They're like a 50% discount here. Here we go. Opening range. Not opening range, but 1 minute before the market open. Purple to white. Usually this purple to white transition tends to be a good trade to the upside, except at market opens when it's just choppiness. One minute left to the open, guys. What does FFF stand for? What's the name of that? We'll take a look at their website. I'm just curious. I'm going to put together a really nice, clean prop firm presentation as to like what the differences are in all these in all the funded account rules. All right, here we go. 17 seconds left to market open. It doesn't look like we got too much funded futures family. We'll take a look at that. All right, market open. New York open. Up and down. What a surprise. But not, well, they are taking it. Let's see how they act around the London session lows. This opening candle, a lot of times, very interesting because if the highs hold here, in other words, they don't reverse them, we could have a long, slow, steady move to the downside. Well, FFF at 25K is 71. How do you have it so cheap? Did you have like old discounts, astrologer? Yeah, we never trade the open. It's always a rug pull. Yeah, was that a while back? All right. Let me take off my poll here. So this is New York session highs. This is the candle. London trying to run it, see what he wants to do. Oh, wow. That was a good deal. So what are the rules on 25? Is it 1,500 target, 1,000 down? Is it a little different? Is it 1,250? What is this? Funded futures family? It's a funny name. Payout rules. All right, let's see what they got. Oh, they have a little bit of a smaller target, 1,250. It's a little bit more reasonable. Oh, they're per month. Oh, these guys are per month. Ah, they're still on subscription model. Oh, look at these reset fees. What is this bullshit with the reset fees? Wow, that's a lot. And where's the consistency rules? Not here. I really wish they would like show all the rules up front. Okay, we'll look at it later. Yeah, I am gonna AI it. All right, coming back to a white dot. We have a runner. Trying to recover this whole big thing. This is a big candle. Again, I want to go here to a smaller size because my risk here is bigger. Buy against, what is this, a 25 risk to a, oh, I got stopped. Wow. That wasn't good thing I made small size. Okay, let's see if it's going to reverse back the other way. No, it's just typical market volatility. This is the pop and drop in the first half hour that always eats us, which is why trading small size definitely is the right thing to do here. Okay, let's stay patient and see if we can get what next setup we have here. Is this going to be 17 the other way? All right, we're going to go. How much time do I have? 9-10 seconds against this big candle. All right, short against this big candle. Wow, it's a big candle. Damn, it's a big candle. Okay, I have to stay in this risk. See if it goes. This could be the morning volatility kill, where you sell the bottom, it reverses against you. Like right now, typically, this is why I'm small sizes. If it doesn't, if it eats me, I'll come back at larger sizes at better times. Just the nature of the beast. Always the worst time to trade, 9:30, 10 o'clock. But I trade with you because I want you to see the setups. But this is definitely not the time to trade if you're serious about the setup. The scalp setup is best after all this bullshit in the first half hour happens. But we'll stick to our risk rules. And if we get flushed out, we get flushed out. We'll come back to this. I think they have like a 40% consistency rule. Yeah, this is the 9:30. Let me hit the highs, hit the lows, flush it up, flush it down, chase the tail trade. I have a stop here. This is the natural stop. So a natural stop hits, we will reset. But until it does, we're just going to hang tight on this position. One thing I can do while this is playing itself out is we can trade this account. If this gives me a dot, I can trade this account the other way as a nice little hedge. Oh, wow. Blown the other way. Nice. Jesus. All right, we're going to buy this against this stop. And I'm going to go the other way around. Buy that against this stop. Hopefully we don't get killed both ways, but we'll see. Boom. All right, that just flattens me out to flat. The other one gets done nicely. Sorry, where's my other one? 16. That one gets done nicely as we, as I keep targeting towards. I think I need 26.5 on that. Yeah. So this was annoying, but that's just part of the, part of the game, and you have to accept it. I was nicely ahead. We got flushed up, down, and then on the reversal side here. It took me three trades to kind of reconcile myself. And the third trade just basically made up the losses on the first two trades. So now you have to kind of reset and try to trade the rest of the day, positively. And that's just nature of the beast. If you're not, if you're not prepared to make two steps backwards with one step forward on the scalp, you can't make it happen. But on the other hand, if you lock in right now and we start getting some nice big runs, I think I can make this to 52,500 easily. All right, back to session highs now, and starting to get a little bit of a directionality. Not much, but you see how it took us. We took this one that flushed us out. We took that one. This is very typical of early morning highs, lows. Eventually, the trend breaks out. So on the third trade, we eventually reversed to the proper direction, but the real trick is to just not take anything till like 9:30, 9:45, because a lot of this back and forth action is very typical of the first 15 minutes. So who's saying? I think Ben is saying that ORB is useful after 15 minutes of trading. Yeah, I agree. The first 15 minutes trading is a real flush. It's rare that you're going to get directional moves in the first 15 minutes of trading. They're always just trying to probe the highs and probe the lows. All right. London session highs, New York session highs. Here we go. Not our trade, but we used to have the trade where we'd take the momentum straight up. Now I'm just simply waiting for it to retrace and come back up, or completely curl around and give me a top. So I'm basically waiting for the turn. View app again. Yep, through the view app. That's a bullish turn. Look at this. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 green candles in a row. Yeah, it's all it's flying well above the 8 SMA. So these are the kind of trades you just want to trade momentum if you're a momentum trader. But for us, we have to be patient and wait for it to slow down and see if it wants to reverse or turn back up. So while we're at it, we can kind of try to understand what is it that makes a yellow candle? What is it that makes a blue candle? When we're in an uptrend, a yellow candle is a candle that refuses to make fresh highs and actually makes fresh lows like this. Boom. That shows you weakness. And that weakness is possibly a hint of further weakness to come if it's confirmed by a red dot, or is actually just kind of a profit-taking pause if it's reversed by a green dot. So now that we have this pause candle, our next job is to figure out, what's the market thinking now? Where's the next candle coming from? If the next candle is going to be a green dot, likely we're going to try to run it higher. If it's a red dot, this could be the pause, the turn. So we're just sitting here waiting. Making fresh lows and giving us a sell signal. So we're gonna load ourselves up here. This is a large candle, right? This is a 66 to 21. It's a 40-point candle. We got to go only on 2. In order for us to absorb the full length of this candle, we can only go 2 sides on this. So I'm going to sell this, right? And we have to go all the way up here on the risk and try to see if we can get any kind of continuity to the downside. Trying to see if there's any news, because it's really, market is just kind of floating. Not much trouble and tariffs. We just have to do them in a more complex way. Ships are coming to Texas, Louisiana to load up with oil. Trump, we don't have to rush anything. Doesn't look like very, a lot of market moving news flow. So it's just all very choppy this morning. But it still looks to me like the bias is lower. I could be wrong, but it feels to me like they want to take out this 2,900, 29,000. I wimped out. I wanted to cover a little bit earlier. It just came back up on me. All right. I wanted to get it back up to 52,000. So just a little bit underneath here. But not, there's nothing much going on here. And I don't like trading large candle risk because obviously I don't want the whole thing to retrace on me completely. We're still positive bid. In other words, that the 8-period SMA, oh no, not anymore. For some reason I thought it was. Oh, you know why? Because the VWAP on wealth charts is different from the VWAP on Tradingview. So here it's negative, but there it's positive. Anyways, it doesn't matter because I took what I could out of this thing, not what I wanted. And that's the key thing. Sometimes you have to take out what you can, not what you wanted. There's not much any more news today. So now it becomes a matter of levels. And London level is 141, and then the really big level is the 29,000. So let's just take a look at the turns here so you guys get an idea what was working, what's not working. This turn obviously eventually worked. This turn sort of worked, right? Went to the downside. This didn't work. This worked to the downside. This did not work. And then when you look backwards, this was a clear turn that did work right after the news, which is why post-news, a lot of these turn trades are actually very, very good. And see, now we're popping back up, which is why, you take your profits and, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So a blue candle is one that does not make any fresh lows and makes new highs, rejecting the downward path that we were on. It's kind of like, again, transitionary candle. The candle that we're looking for is a candle that will clear the high. If that gives us a green dot or a white dot against a blue candle, that's going to be our trigger to go long. That's the turn candle. Now, what gets interesting is if we're trading negative flow like we are, and see the blue candle can't make fresh highs. Now we're getting a purple dot against a blue candle. That's a sell signal for us. And we can try and trade the sell side of it as long as this stays negative. VWAP is there basically to give us, longer term orientations. Again, large candle, so small size, because in order for us to trade a true stop, we have to use the high of this candle, which is now almost like a 30, 40 point move. 24 to, 30 point move here. All right, we're short here against the stop and trying to get this target. And we get it done. And that's what I mean about, like, slowly but surely. Like, you do this 5-10 times properly during the day, this goes up $500, and now you're only $500 to target, right? And that is a very steady, secure way to run the eval to fund it. But more importantly, it's also a way, like, these kind of sizings and these kind of structures can run the funded to payout in the same way. Like, if you start trading the eval the way you would trade the funded, there is no change in tactics, and that's actually quite good. That's why I'm trying to trade this eval in a funded way, because if I don't have a change in tactics, it's going to make it much easier than to just simply keep it going as a payout mechanism. The key idea to all of the setups is obviously you wait for the trigger and you use the natural stop. And if the stop is very large, you get lower in size. The whole idea is to just control your risk, because the reward takes care of itself. If you're on the right side of the structure, the reward is going to just, pay out. Your job is to constantly monitor the risk, stay on the risk side. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Nate. Yeah, perfect practice makes perfect execution. Back to session lows in New York, and my suspicion that we're going to go down to 29,000 may be coming true. If you're positionally oriented, you could take a positional trade here and do really well. You could just hit one trade to target, like just strictly off the. If you think this is, we made the highs, and now we're going to start falling like a waterfall down here. Nine to 10 could open up some really nice big moves. Market doesn't hate CPI data, but it's starting to, I think, just feel the pressure. We've been really, really overbought. There's no really positive news today. There's nothing moving on the Iran front. The natural trade here is profit taking, and I think you're seeing a lot of that happening right now. And it's really easy. Like when you're looking at dots, you can really see the thesis play out because they just kind of confirming on a 1 minute basis exactly what I'm talking about. Fresh session lows, starting to run that, the hundreds. This really feels like they're ramping up for a run towards 29,000. I'm on my 4th club soda this morning, guys. That's how slow it's been. Popping up off the lows, but this looks to me like it's just going to be a retest and a move back to the lows. We'll see. So the first order of support was at 2,900 level. And now making a little bit of a turn here. But I would be surprised if this is a V-shaped move. I think it's much more likely that it's going to come stall and come back down. But we'll see. So here's blues, right? Telling you that the buyers have halted the selling. And now we watch and see if the sellers take out the lows of that blue candle, that means they're resuming selling. There we go. "43 seconds left. If this candle stays in play, we're gonna trade it to the short side. Even though this is session lows, we're gonna give it a shot. Six, seven, five, four, three, two, one. All right, we're short against the highs. And we're going to try and see if we can make this move here. Come to Poppy. Come on. Come. There we go. And now we're right back. Oh, actually, I'm trading the other account. I'm trying to run both of these accounts to target. So this one is almost $1,300 for the day. So this one has really had a nice day. But that wasn't a lot, but you had a reasonable chance that there was going to be some continuity. Now it's just now we see just how much of a bottom it wants to make. Now it's finally like pushing back up. Holding a bottom here, but this is the first level of support. Like I said, 29.1. We could try to make a turn over here. So we'll start watching for a possible turn. Yeah, I don't drink anything with any kind of sugar in it. So even like orange juice. Orange juice, by the way, like a massive amount of sugar in it. So an interesting play to make, right? Which is not a bad play. I'm going to try and do it with you guys. Is there's two types of reversal trades. There's obviously the white dot against the blues. That's a clean reversal trade to the upside. The other one is where they take out the highs of the last purple candle. In this particular case, the last purple candle highs are like, I don't know what they are, 31. So trade now is like 22. So it's not there. So they couldn't take it out. But if they do, that is a very, very legitimate reversal trade. The lowest purple candle, highs get taken out. That is a pretty legitimate turn trade. So this particular candle, like let's say we are trading, 33, 34. If we close anywhere at these levels, that's a legit trade for us to take against, the lows of this candle. And it's also not turning into a white dot, so it's kind of a double signal. Okay, so if this stays in the 40s, oops, I need to buy. I was late. I'm late on this thing. Okay, fine. We're gonna go underneath here, underneath this candle. If this this is the natural stop, and we will come in over here for this candle. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a V-shaped move here. Fuck. I came in 5 points higher than I wanted to be, but that's fine. Fuck. Bad execution. Come on, baby. Just bad execution on my part. I should have gotten rid of this trade. I'm going to eat this. Okay, going back down the other way. I have a purple. All right, let's go. $11, $10. Sellers pressing this trade. 8, 2, 1. Nope. Whoa, came back hard. Not a trade, not a sell. Okay. Now it becomes a real battle. Okay. So the sellers couldn't do it. Let's see what the buyers want to do. Didn't make fresh lows, which means we could be making a turn here. See, this trade did not make fresh lows. This trade takes out the highs. We're going to go back into the trade. Big battle here, guys. Look at this. No trade either way for now. Still haven't broken the lows of this candle. Trying to hold it. If we start taking, this is the candle, man. If we take out 150, we got to be long. If we take out 108, we got to be short. Wow, what a battle, man. Ooh, really pushing it. Oh, such a big run. I really wanted to buy this, but the rules tell me I got to wait till the candle close. All right, we're underneath here. Targeting this. Let's see if we can do it. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Nice big move through the 52s. Just waited patiently. We just this is the key thing. You see how I just waited and waited and waited until the signal was there. And that's really the most important thing. It's just the ability to not rush the trade. Wait till the dots show up. And then after they show up, they're going to print probably 2 or 3 levels higher. So lesson of the day today. Boris really, really, really being patient with the setups. We got a few more minutes. We got about 10, 15 minutes. Let's see if there's anything else developing. But this was finally, look, this is kind of an anatomy of a turn, right? It took a long, long time. It took 10:01 to 10 minutes of just market trying to resolve itself before it finally traded itself properly. You guys, anybody take that turn? Yes, no? Let me know. So we held, basically the story of the day is that we held the 2,900 level. Now kind of just moving back up to the 200. And maybe we chop for the rest of the day, but the run towards the 29,000 so far has been salvaged. But it's just the beginning of the day. The shorts may come back as the afternoon progresses. But for now, the short attack has been repelled, and we're going back up to the VWAP. And you can totally see, from the turn trades how it plays out, right? 150 I could have had like another 20, 30 more points to the upside if I had held. All right, who wants to give me a +1 for the turn trade, for the setup as it is? It forces you to be patient, but when it shows up, it hits, right? Basically, we had 4 clean hits. Let me show you all the clean hits we had over the last hour. This was a clean hit. This was a clean hit. Actually 3 clean hits, and this was a clean hit. And if you count, if you discount the chop, this eventually resolved into a clean hit. Yeah, good for you. Those of you guys who can hold the positions are doing great. That's right. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now we pause around 200. See how much of a profit they want to take and whether they want to take the next wave up or whether they just, again, peter it out and try to run it back down for a second double bottom test. Yellow candle showing us that the buyers are hitting a wall. Now let's see if the sellers want to come back. I'll be right back, guys. Buy signal, guys. I bought this right in front of the view app, so you can push it down, but still, this is a natural stop right over here. That's my background trading music. Gonna pop in reverse. All right, look out, and have to wait for the next one. Still weakness on the buyer's part. Sell signal, 23 seconds left. Let's see if it holds. Don't sell yet. I would short this again. 18 stop and target. Just target up. Right. Always trade better with background music. All right, guys. It was a brutally tough session. We end up positive here and, of course, positive there. So there's a couple of distributed trades here. This one I think I distributed. So this one is really, really good. And there's a whole day ahead of us. So hopefully I can, if I have time, I'm going to try and run this to 300, 400, get myself very, very close to funding. But what I can hopefully really, really see is that 1, staying focused, 2, never averaging in, 3, always holding the natural stop on the candle, and 4, just only taking the setup trade. Eventually the turn is going to crack, and when it turn cracks, it goes your way, So hopefully you had a fun time. If it was a more positive market in our direction, we would have had probably another couple of $100 more, but there's still plenty of market to go. This was a good session, mainly because I really, really stuck to the discipline, and that's much more important. I stuck to the process. Okay, we're going to trade Asia tonight for Ola. Everybody, please come for that. That should be a lot of fun. Trading both futures and CFDs on gold, so it should be really, really good. Same principles. We're going to really, really put these principles to practice as the day progresses. Okay. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a great, wonderful day. I see you guys tomorrow. 8 o'clock too. We're going to do 8 o'clock too. This time, just simply, long scalping session. And I'll play music all afternoon. That'll be much better. All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Or tonight. Bye-bye.